Hi, my name is Luke, and welcome back to another video at Scan Drums and Percussion. I'm once again joined by Mike Thomas from Roland. How are you doing, Mike?
Not too bad, thank you.
All right.
Yep.
Very nice to have you here.
Absolutely.
This time we are sat behind the TD516 drum kit. We've previously done a video covering the TD316.
Yep.
So this is the series above that one and comes with a few upgraded features. Well, more than a few. Tell us a bit about this kit, Mike. What are the bigger kind of upgrades from the series below?
Yeah, okay. So, like you said, it comes with quite a few additional features than the TD316, which we looked at previously. However, it does still have the same sound engine and the same sounds in the module.
Yeah.
There are a couple of advancements in the TD516. The main thing for me personally would be the introduction of the digital triggers on the TD516.
And that's a huge kind of upgrade, really, isn't it, in terms of the experience that you get when you're playing it. Not only are they bigger, but because they use that digital connection, the USB, it means there's a lot more information that can be passed over to the module, including positional sensing, more in-depth positional sensing. You can mute symbols by just placing your hand on them. Is it anti-static or? Yeah,
that's right. So you can essentially control the digital pads like you would their acoustic counterparts. You know, snare drum, for example, picks up the cross stick because it picks up the static in your hand. Same with the ride cymbal, same with the hi-hats as well.
So those are the only digital pads available from Roland at the moment.
Yes. So the ride,
that's
snare,
the 18-inch ride cymbal. The CY18DR.
That's it. Yep. The PD140 DS. We do have the new PD14 DSX as well. Which just it's a slightly different design with the inbuilt rim. It looks very similar to the tom pads that you have here, and also the snare strainer on the side.
So really, in theory, you're getting a very, very similar snare drum to that newest, kind of the most flagship snare drum that they offer.
Absolutely.
There's just not as many features on it. Still a 14-inch head. Still got all the anti-static kind of sensing. I personally have this on my kit at home. And I love it. It feels really, really nice to play. Really rugged kind of rim on it. So if you're a heavy hitter like me, it won't kind of perish around the edge. I've had that on a few different brands of drum kits, and that's always a bit annoying, but it's done me well. And then the VH14Ds.
That's correct. Yeah.
So that's a two-piece hi-hat with, again, the same digital technology, 14 inches across, so much like any kind of typical acoustic hi-hat size. That feels really, really nice to play, very, very authentic. So we've covered the digital pads. What else is new with this kit hardware-wise? Because I noticed a few more upgraded features from the previous series. So the tom pads are the only other upgrades, really. They're different from the TD316. So you have two 10-inch rack toms and a 14-inch floor tom. The 14-inch floor tom is actually used as the snare pad. I think that's a 12-inch floor tom.
Yes.
Yeah. See?
No,
that, I mean, you'd probably be kind of easily led to believe that's bigger than it is, because it's a really nice size for a digital kit, especially one that's on a rack, 12-inch floor tom pad. You got kind of a nice variant in size between 10s, 12s, and then your 14-inch snare. I don't think anything feels a bit too small on this kit, which is really nice. For the bigger gentleman, that all feels quite natural to play and very comfortable. These are all dual zone, of course.
And they're also positional sensing. So that means that when you're playing, it can detect when you're playing slightly out of the center, give you and then through the module, it will give you a slightly different sound.
So similar to how if you play an acoustic kit, it's a bit more kind of ringy, a little less loud.
Exactly.
So you are wanting to play in the middle on most of these pads. The kind of the actual pad design's an upgrade from the previous 27 series, because that's what essentially this kit is replacing, the TD27 KVX2. KV2. That's the one. Very popular kit. But this one kind of takes it to the next level with the V51 module. I'm really impressed. The big kick drum as well is an upgrade from because I think even the TD27 came with a V10.
That's correct.
Still,
yeah.
which felt, it's a great pad, but to kind of honor the grandiose of these bigger pads, the snare drum, kick drum upgrade is nice. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
So that's a 12-inch kick pad.
KD12. So it essentially replaces the KD120 BK that we had.
Yeah, lovely. And it is very heavy, very sturdy kick drum. You don't notice any kind of movement or wobble when you're playing it.
Very
good for your double kick pedal players, good for your heavy hitters. And you do get a nice little protective pad that comes with it, just that sticks on, much like an acoustic EQ pad that you'd put on your bass drum, just to help durability, the longevity of the pad.
Yeah, that's correct.
And once that gets a bit worn down, take it off and replace it. Yeah. Groovy.
Yeah.
Okay, and another kind of upgrade that this kit got from the previous 27 or even the 3 series is the rack itself. So you might notice that I look a little smaller behind it, given that it's allowed a bigger kind of surface area for a bigger kick drum, obviously.
Yeah.
It looks like you could probably get away with a nice, a bigger pad if you were to raise that bar up a bit as well. You could fit maybe a KD18.
Yeah, I think
under there.
Yeah, you'd be right with that. Like you say, you raise that middle bar up a little bit, and you could certainly fit a KD18 in there.
So if you wanted that kind of hybrid acoustic electric look, you can add a bigger kick drum on there. But just in general, it's nice and wide. You don't feel kind of restricted. And it's a really sturdy kind of piece of equipment.
And in the only other difference from the TD316, apart from the more elongated middle, is also the boom stands, cymbal stands as well that you get on the.
So they're longer.
Yeah,
you're able to. So if you sit really, really high, obviously bringing those cymbals up at some point when you're on a rack system, there's only so far you can go. So they help with that quite a lot. So moving on to the module itself, this one is the Roland V51 module.
Yes.
So in the lineup of new modules from Roland, it goes V31, V51, V71.
Yep.
Lovely.
And then below that, you've also got TD07, TD02.
Yes.
Can't forget the entry-level kits as
well. Yeah. So the biggest difference between the previous module that we looked at, the V31, or should I say the biggest similarity is the fact that they are the same sounds that you get across the board. So that kind of gap between the more entry-level new kits and then the more expensive, that's shrunk, which is giving everyone the equally great experience of these new kind of VST equivalent sounds in these modules, which I'm really impressed with. They feel super. They sound super fun to play with. So that's been a huge kind of the biggest difference in these new kits that I've noticed.
Yeah.
But other than that, what else do we have on the V51?
So the V51 has a few slight cosmetic differences compared to the V31. Now, this is designed and geared towards more of a live player as well as home practice. So you should be able to see certain things that make that transition from a rehearsal or a practice kit more into a live kit.
Yeah.
So one of those first things is the group faders here. So you can control the volume level of each voice of the kit. But what that also means is when you come into the routing screen here, you can also set these faders to only really control your headphones.
Yeah.
So when you have sounds coming out of the front of house,
you can leave that with the sound engineer and then control your own mix from the module itself.
So this essentially becomes your own monitor mix of your drum kit. So rather than have individual mics on an acoustic kit, you have this control here.
Or shouting at the sound. Can I get more snares? Yeah.
More kick, less kick.
Gets rid of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool. You are in control.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
And again, referring to the outputs, you have complete control over what is output where. So on the V51, you have essentially four direct outputs that you have control over. You have your two master outputs and you have your two direct outputs. So your two master outputs can be set as direct outputs, which means that you can simply set which pad you want output where.
Okay.
So at the minute we've got the kick and snare. If we just put the kick back to direct 1, that means kick will come out of direct 1, snare out of direct 2, which frees up then the master directs.
But it's not then coming out of the master direct outputs there.
So it will come out of the master outputs, but this volume control will not do anything.
Right, okay.
Because they will be output at line level, which frees up these faders for us to control our in-ear monitor mix and front of house engineer, like you said earlier, to do his thing. And whatever he needs from the front of house, he can control, and then you can control your in-ear monitor mix from here.
Yeah, super. Okay, so kind of we mentioned the fact that this kit is now featuring the digital pads from Roland. That means that this module has to take those.
Absolutely.
So there is USB inputs on the back of this separate to the jack input loom that is plugged into the back as well.
Yeah.
How many of those do we get? Do we get 3?
Yeah, so we get our 3 digital cables for our 3 digital pads. We also get an additional crash cymbal, which you do also get on the V51 module.
Yeah.
But you also get an additional tom trigger and then
a foot switch as well.
Yeah. A foot switch for controlling things like kit increase or decrease. Just simple features like that. But you also get further from that an additional 2 auxiliary triggers that you can use to add an extra floor tom, extra cymbals, completely up to you what you want to assign.
So there's room for expansion there as well. So if you're someone who wants a monster setup, a few extra crashes, a couple of extra pads, then that has the option for that.
Also, it has 5-pin MIDI in and out on the V51.
Is that old school now? Is that considered old school? Or is
probably,
because you can do MIDI over USB with this as well.
Yeah.
And then MIDI over Bluetooth?
MIDI over Bluetooth as
Super.
well. Yes.
Yeah. So that's a MIDI over 5-pin.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it is old school. No. Just as a nice little bonus as well, so quite similar to the TD50 module, this kit also now comes with 2 headphone outputs, so a 3.5mm and a 1/4" jack as well. Yeah, those are both stereo sends. So if you're using your headphones, typically headphones will come with a 1/4" jack, or in-ear monitors typically comes with 3.5mm. So it depends what situation you're in. It's got them both, or you could plug two in at the same time and have someone listen to you.
Yeah, for a teaching kit, for example. Yeah.
Okay, so now we've covered the upgrades on the tech side of the module. It made sense for Roland's perspective to make a partner application that you can use for Android or iOS. Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've now created the V-Drums Play app, which is compatible with version 2.0 of V31 and 51 and version 2.1 of V71.
Yeah.
And it's a very, very simple application.
Is this a new... So this was released after the modules were released themselves. It's a new development, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Lovely. And it's just to improve the connectivity between your kit, your module, and probably where you're getting your sounds from, your sound device, in terms of playing along to tracks like Spotify, YouTube, things like that. So what the app allows you to do is it allows you to change kits in real time. So you can set a group of your favorite kits at the bottom. When you click all, you can scroll through all of the kits that you have on the module.
So instead of kind of having to scroll through with the kind of adjuster on the module, it's now all in one screen on your phone. If you have your phone clamped on a bit of hardware or just in your pocket, it gives you a nice visual, interactive way of switching that rather than with the scroll wheel.
It just makes it a lot easier for you to control your V-Drums module from, like I said, the device that you're probably going to be playing your tracks off. What you've also got control over is the metronome, so you can turn the metronome on or off. You can change the tempo. You can change the time signature as well, and also the subdivisions of the metronome. And then you come out of here. You can also change the kit color.
So that's the LED colors on the actual module itself. Lovely.
Roland orange.
What's your favorite color, Mike?
Roland orange.
Is it?
It's got to be.
Mine's Luke purple.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. You can also change the kit names. So we can call this kit, for example, scan, save, and then there you go.
And then that'll update in real time on the module.
Yep. You can import a kit image.
So we had a play around with this earlier, didn't we?
We did.
So you picked an appropriate image for the kit that we went for. So once you uploaded the image to your app,
yep,
it will then save permanently on that kit on your module until you decide to change it or factory reset.
Yep.
So if I scroll through the images in this module,
even better, we could select it from the
app.
app.
You could let's do that since we're already.
I've saved it in Group
B.
There we go.
Standard kit.
There he is.
There we are. So if you're getting that on the camera up top, that is me in a Roland V-Drum module. So thanks for that.
Dreams come true.
Yeah, well, I've always said that I need my face on my my own kit, and that's what it is. So, I mean, that's just a very silly example of. So if you had different kits with different kind of, or you could put a picture of your own snare drum or your own drums in there.
Absolutely.
So if it's your kit, you can put a picture of your kit on, and that's just nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
A set list, picture of your kids, maybe.
Exactly. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Wherever.
Or your dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's a nice little feature.
Yeah. And probably lastly, on the app, you've also got access to the kit recorder.
Yeah.
So this will record basically the record on your phone the MIDI data of the kit, which allows you to play back via the module.
Yeah.
Which in turn you could then record the audio of.
Should we give it a go?
Let's do it. Let the cymbal ring out. Stop.
Okay. So that's a MIDI file that's just recorded. That is not an audio file.
Yeah. So what happens is it saves the MIDI data onto the phone. It won't save the audio data, but you can then play back from your phone through the module.
Yeah.
Which you get the audio of.
Cool. So in that case, because it's recording the MIDI, that means that then you can switch to a different kit and it will give you a different sound.
Yeah,
completely.
Exactly. So if we lose Luke, sorry, and then play it again.
Yeah.
And you can do this in real time as well.
Yeah. Oh wow. Groovy.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, if you wanted to then record that or record the audio that you've just heard on the module, you'd hit record on the module and then you could export that onto an SD card, onto USB.
Exactly, yeah. So at the moment, we've just hit record. Where do you want to record it? We want to record it on the SD card, slot number 1. So then hit play, which is now recording. Play back the audio. Stop the recording on the module.
Okay, so now that is audio.
Yes.
That's recorded. Does it also record MIDI at the same time, or is that?
It can do.
Yeah.
So you can export it as a MIDI file. You can also export it as a WAV file.
Right, okay. Yeah.
And also just a WAV file.
So if you were recording a drum track to send to a producer, say for example, you could send him the audio. This is how I intended it to sound. Here's the MIDI file for you to then and
program it into some external
maybe
software
quantize it. Obviously, I didn't need quantizing then, but if it did need quantizing, you've got that option.
You do.
Groovy.
Yeah.
And then you can change the kit as that is exported as.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, and then export gain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So loads of different options in terms of getting the sound you want out of that module before you put it into a recording.
Exactly. And there you go. It's just taking the data currently. Which
Yeah.
does in real time.
Yeah.
Then it's saved to the SD card.
Yeah.
And then I can take this SD card then to a computer, like you say, producer, whoever.
Yep.
And they've got access to the audio and, like you said, the MIDI file as well.
Yeah. Okay, so we've discussed that this is the kind of the middle of the three new releases in terms of the modules from Roland. So the V51, 51, and 71. They're all coming with different kind of TD/VAD kits as well.
Yeah.
So if it's got the 3 in front of it, it comes with the V31 module.
Yeah.
The TD5 or the VAD5 series comes with the 51.
Yeah.
And then the TD or the VAD7 series, you get the 71 V71 module. Yeah. So in terms of the differences between the 71 and the 51 module that we've got here, what are we getting if we were then to take the step up to the V71 module?
So, like we've mentioned earlier on, they have the same sound engine. So you're not getting any more sound. You're not getting any different sound. You're just getting more trigger inputs.
Yeah.
You're getting more trigger outputs. There's a couple of additional faders as well, and there's more buttons really to get to a particular
everything's
screen
a bit more
quicker.
tactile.
Yes.
Designed for people that need quick access to something.
Yeah.
Whilst probably they're playing or So essentially, it's more of a module suited for either producers, live drummers,
live playing especially because you get the essentially the 10 direct outputs, so the 2 master outputs and the 8 dedicated direct outputs. But they're also balanced outputs as well. So you get 2 XLRs.
Yeah, which is kind of more standard in terms of when you're sending signals through to front of house. XLRs,
exactly.
More typical of what you'd use.
Yeah.
In terms of the actual pad inputs themselves, or the outputs, should I say? Inputs, outputs?
Probably inputs on a
inputs,
module.
Pad inputs. Instead of using kind of a loom that has all the individual jack inputs that you've got, each pad has its own dedicated individual connection to the back of the module.
Yeah.
Which means that if you were to use it as a standalone module, you can probably do a lot more with it. In terms of plugging different kind of pads in. You don't specifically have to use it as a complete kit setup all the time. If you just wanted to use it as a couple of inputs going from 2 different pads, you can do that rather than using a loom into it. Which is, again, super handy, especially if you're installing it into a rack system for live use or something like that.
Absolutely.
Because they do actually come with, I've noticed they do come with nice kind of rubber feet on the bottom of these modules.
Yes.
So if you didn't have them mounted to a traditional kind of pad stand or module stand, it would work quite nicely in a rack of a drawer or something.
Yeah, in a rack system.
A drawer of a rack. Yeah, that's the one. So they won't move around or cause any issues there. Lovely. Anything else that we'd get on the V71 module? The screen's exactly the same as the V51. Yeah,
exactly the same. Yeah. So like we said, it's just a matter of inputs, outputs, and a couple of extra buttons that get you to the particular screen that you may be looking for. Because it's that kind of advanced module, a bit quicker.
Super.
Yep.